Hi everyone, it's Robin. Happy New Year, and I hope everyone is enjoying their start to the 2013 year, and I just cannot believe how quick time flies, but I'm going into my 4th year on YouTube here this month, and so I just really wanted to say thank you so much to all my subscribers. I really appreciate all your encouragement and support and your comments that you take time to leave on my videos, all the thumbs up, and just all the friendships I've been able to build here on YouTube the last 4 years. I just really love our community and really appreciate each and every one of you so much. You're so important to me, and I will be having a small giveaway, sponsored giveaway here in the next couple of weeks. And so it's, I'll just tell you, it's for a personalized stamp, and I'm really excited. I don't have my hands on mine yet, but when I do, I will be sure and share it with you, so keep an eye out for that. But today I have a project on behalf of Wild Orchid Crafts as part of their YouTube design team, the Wild Bunch. I have created a couple of cards, and I did share the process. It may be a little wonky with the tutorial because I actually filmed the tutorial, and I may have said some things in the tutorial. When I get finished with the project, I'll show you the card, but I'm actually showing you the card first, and then the tutorial will come toward the end, or the in-process video. But I just created a couple of little cards. This is the first one, obviously, and I used the Echo Park Little Boy paper collection, and I used my Cricut for both of these cards. The card base came from the Art Philosophy cartridge on page 51. I used this card and then this layer for that, and that's this cartridge. I think it's exclusive to Close to My Heart. And then for this cute little pram or baby carriage stroller, I've used, this one is the boy, so I've used this one, and then all of the non-shifted layers. I didn't use this one because that's for the cheeks, and I used a Peachy Keen stamp for that, and then this layer, and then the shadow. And I don't do good with masculine, at least I think I don't, because I love adding flowers and lace and ribbon and all the pretty things that that I enjoy adding. So what I did was I just used some baker's twine from Wild Orchid Crafts. They sell the Divine twine, and this is in the green and white, the blue and white, and then the yellow and white. I would have added red because I think it needed some red, but I didn't happen to have any. I had used it all up. And then I also, to tie in the red, I added some of the self-adhesive rhinestones that look like this. And this one is the, well, it just says red tone. It comes with 3, 4, and 5 millimeter. And then I've also added this satin bow. This one I was kind of, I don't know, should I add the bow or not? But I think it really needed it, and I'm glad I did. So that just comes in a pack of 100 bows. And then I also added one flower, one little lonely flower that came from this 1-inch set of summer blooms. And then to that I added a polka dot button from Wild Orchid Crafts, and then some of the blue and white, this color baker's twine, I ran through there. And then I have it popped up on a little action wobble. And if you don't have access to action wobbles, but you can get paper, and I think it's 23 gauge wire that I used, but I do have a tutorial that I shared on how to make one similar, and I'll go ahead and link that for you down below in case you'd like to make your own little action wobbles. And it's very simple, as long as you can get the thin gauged wire or something similar to that. Just added a little sentiment here, and then on the inside I went ahead and I used another layer here, and then the inside part of this pattern paper, and then I stamped this "Congratulations, It's a Boy," and that came from this I Break for Stamps stamp set, and I really love it. Now this is not actual stamped. I just went ahead and printed this off. I think it's probably been 1.5 years ago that I'd had this stamp, but I really like it. It has this nice little frame. Then it has, this is a separate, this is not part of the frame, but it says it's a girl. Then you can see that I used the "It's a Boy" there. Congratulations, it's a nice size. And then it has these little handprints that you can stamp in the different colors, pink or blue, teddy bear, this little pram, safety pin, and then the little booties and a duck. So that's really a cute set. And if you're interested, I'll have this link down below, and the item number is IBFS RB27. And then let me go ahead and share with you the little girl one, which is my favorite. I love this. It's so cute. Pink, And I use the Echo Park little girl paper for that, and it has little birds on it, and isn't she just sweet? I love it. I've added just a few flowers. I didn't want it to be two-dimensional, even though you have this. It does smush down. I'm not planning on mailing this. This is going to be hand-delivered. I've added some seam binding from Wild Crafts, this cute little bow, and that came from this bows with pearl beads in the center. From Wild Crafts. And then this little flower up here, this is one of the 1-inch summer blooms again, the purple. And then I've added one of these two-tone champagne pink colored decorative flowers, and they come with a stamen in the center. I thought about taking that out and then go ahead and adding one of the pearls or rhinestones, but I left it. I really liked it like that, so just added some stickles. And then these cute little butterflies here. These are satin small butterflies in the pink shade, and there's all different kinds of these at Wild Crafts. And then added some stickles here. I told you about that already. And then these are just some little blingy things from my stash. I don't even know what to call them. They're not faceted or anything, they're just smooth. I went ahead and used the same stamp there, and everything's the same. These are cut at 3 inches. I believe I showed that in the tutorial. I'm not sure how much I'm going to have to edit out because I didn't have my craft room door closed, and you can hear my family. They're watching Andy Griffith, having a good time. But so I may have to edit that out. But this is cut at 3 inches. The card base is cut at 5.5 inches along with all the card layers. So all of these layers are 3 inches. And then on the inside here, this welcome little one, I just cut from the next page right here. So the pram or the baby carriage came from page 28, and then on page 29, welcome little one, I just cut both of those layers. And then so that is the inside of the card there, and then another one of those little satin butterflies. So I hope that you've enjoyed seeing these cute little cards. A nice break for me from Christmas projects, although I had fun doing those. I'm ready to move on to Valentine's Day, and I have actually made a couple projects I've shared on my blog. But this was just a nice, fun break, and I really enjoyed making these. So if you have any questions whatsoever about how I put these cards together or what products I've used, please feel free to ask. I'm always happy to help and answer any questions that you might have, or point you in the direction of someone who can answer those questions. And I just appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, happy, healthy, safe, and blessed new year. If you liked this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and like it. And anyway, I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. What I have done, let me go ahead and close this. I'm making another card. I'm making a baby boy card similar to this one. And I'm using the Echo Park little boy papers. And I'm zoomed in really close because I thought I was recording and adding these things to my mat, but I looked up to put it on pause and I wasn't recording. So I'm just going to tell you what I did. I have a 12 by 12 mat here on my Gypsy, and then I've just added this card. This is from the Art Philosophy cartridge, and I've added this to my mat at 5.5 inches, and then I've also added 2 of the decorative layer, which is under combo. None of these are shifted. 2 of those to my mat. And then I opened a new layer, and then from the Simply Charmed cartridge, I went ahead and added this one, the baby boy stroller, and then all the different layers to that. This one. I didn't do this one because I'm going to be using a Peachy Keen stamp, so I don't need that. This is for the cheeks. And then I've also added this one right here, the blue. And then the shadow. I didn't add the shadow yet. I forgot to do that, so I need to do that still. So, and then I'm just going to cut this all out on my Gypsy, and then I will be back and we'll put the layers together. Okay, I'm back and I have all the pieces for my boy stroller, and then also, also the base for my card. And so let's go ahead and get started putting this together. I've already scored this. So the card is going to be a side folding card like this. I'm just going to do it the same as the other one. And then, so this is going to go right on here. Okay, so I have my card base all folded here. Let me scoot these out of the way. Just using my Scotch Quick Dry. Going all the way around the edges. I'm sorry, I'm partly off screen here. I'm just going around the outside and the inside of the layer. Now, since this has an orientation, I'm going to be careful like to not put the cards upside down. So let me just line it up on here. Okay. Okay, now this, because it's a card, is going to have this little scallop here that is hanging over. Just to make it look nice on the front, I'm going to go ahead and leave that rather than trim that off and have a flat edge, because that's the way that the card layer is set up in my Cricut. So we're just going to go ahead and go with that. Okay, and then now I'm going to add this piece in here, and this should fit perfectly because it was cut from the same one. So I'm just going to add more of the Scotch Quick Dry. You could use ATG or any kind of quick drying adhesive, but you don't want to put it on too thick, otherwise it can warp your paper depending on how thick your paper is or isn't. This shouldn't have a proper orientation, but for some reason it does. So, okay, just sticking this down. So that's the front of our card basically. Now I'm going to add some of the polka dot buttons and then also some of the baker's twine. I may or may not use this blue. I may switch it to a green. I don't know, or if red, if I have red left. But for now, that's all I'm going to do on the front of the card. So let's go ahead and set this aside and work on our little carriage. I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and stamp the face on the baby, and I'm just going to use the Critter Faces Set A Medium, and that's from Peachy Keen PK 754. And I already have that on my block, and then I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Cute little face. So I'm going to line it up using my grid paper. Just because, oops, let me go ahead and wipe this off because I'm not sure if that's going to get on there. I want to make sure I get it inked up nicely, but in the spots where it's supposed to be. So cute. All right, put this on. I'm going to put the lid on this. We're going to use it again, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and get the chalk, and I'm going to ink up the little cheeks. And I'm just using my Stampin' Up! Chalk pastels. And then this is in rose red color. You could use, lighter pink or any pink that you have. I'm just going to go in circles here. It seems a little bright, doesn't it? Go ahead and erase some of that. I think maybe I did use the lighter pink and just added a hint of the darker pink on the girl. Okay, so let me go ahead and take some of the lighter pink. Just do the apples of his little cheeks. Alright, and get this out of the way. Okay, so here are the rest of my pieces. I'm going to go ahead and use my Scotch Quick Dry and add this layer to the shadow piece. You don't want to add too much, but I want to make sure I get all the main sections down so that it lays nicely. I'm also going to be using an action wobble on here, so I just want to make sure, because it's going to be handled when it's getting wobbled, that it's going to all be together nicely and not fall apart. You know what I mean by having layers lifting. It's just not very nice. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the wheels. Okay, and that just goes right here. And I guess this has a little bit of an orientation too, so I just need to add in this layer. Oops, I think I added just a little bit too much glue right there. So let me see if I can go ahead and smear it and take some and add it to the other spokes. Alright, we'll see how that works. Okay, next I want to add the baby's face, because this will be last, because it's supposed to go over the side of the baby's face. Okay, you notice I did not use the back layer for this that cuts out with the wheels. I just didn't think that I needed it. And then this will go right here. Okay, so just adding a little bit more adhesive. And I'll show you the girl one that I did first. So I'm going to move this over a little bit. So cute. Okay, and then one final touch for this is the little shading that goes right here. And I went ahead and inked up around the light blue layers with the Bashful Blue ink. Oops, a little bit too much. And then also this blush or peach color with the Blush Blossom ink from Stampin' Up. Just so any flesh color would work. Okay, and then I can also add some stickles or some brads. I don't know if I want to add brads because I'm going to be adding the action wobble, and I don't want anything to catch or redistribute weight unevenly. So I think that's all I'm going to do. Now I did add stickles and a bow. I added the bow on the girl one because it was in the center and I felt like it, you know, wouldn't hurt anything. I think I'll go ahead and add a bow there because you can do that with babies, right? Okay, so this one's going to go right here. It's just so cute. Let's go ahead and add the action wobble. There. Now this one says this side down, and then it also says that this is to be at the top. So let's go ahead and peel off the liner. Okay, these things are so much fun. I really like using them. I don't think I'll buy any more though once the supply that I have is gone, because they've gone up in price so much. Almost double actually from when I first started purchasing them. So they're pretty expensive. I think they're like 50 cents a piece now, and I think when I got them they were like 23 cents or something. So, but I do have a tutorial on my channel on how to make one, like with springs, and well, I used a circle punch, and I'll go ahead and link that down below in case you're interested. It just uses, I think it's 22 gauge wire. It's been a while, I think a year and a half or so since I did the tutorial, so I don't remember exactly what gauge the wire was, but I did mention it in the video. Okay. It just adds such a nice little element. Okay, so I'll make sure my orientation on my card is right. Now it seems like a lot of blue, but I'm going to go ahead and add a sentiment there, and then some other embellishments that will break that up a little bit. Now I need to lift this up and see when it's standing. Probably not going to get the good full effect of this, but I want to make sure that the baby is straight when it's standing. So I think this is about right here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder, especially because this is textured. I want to make sure I get that bottom portion of the action wobble pushed down really well. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Isn't that fun? These always just make me smile. They're such a little simple little thing, but just so cute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and now that you've seen how I put the card together, well, I have the inside pieces too. I'm going to go ahead and do that, but then I'm going to go ahead and finish embellishing it off screen, and then just show you the final product, or the final project, I should say. So, and I did cut this off here, so all I did to do that was just use my ruler and scored it where the crease was so that I could trim that off so my inside card would not be too bulky. Whoops, don't fall. Okay, so I know that this part goes over here on the edge, so I just need to line up the scallops. Okay, this is all down, and then I have my little cars layer that's going to go in there. and being careful of orientation if your pattern paper has an orientation to it. Okay. Now I've cut out nestability, and I want it to be a unique shape there, so I'm just going to use some stamps for my Break for Stamps. It says congratulations and it's a boy. This stamp sheet, I don't have it handy right here, but it is, I'll show you when I show you the finished project. It's such a cute set. It's got kind of a vintagey feel. Let me see if I can do this without getting my head in the screen. But it's so adorable. It has, oh, I got it crooked. It has booties and safety pin, little handprints, just adorable. It's a boy. Okay, so basically you get the idea. Congratulations, it's a boy, and then that's just going to go right in here. Okay, so I will be back to show you the finished card in just a little bit.